guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Anyway, I got to get right to this because I have to get out and do the leaves. Yep, got to get out and do the leaves. Got to be done. It's the beauty of living in the Northeast. Preco and all my guys in Vegas, my daughter in Arizona don't have that issue. It's a perk. It's a perk to moving out there in retirement. Anyway, way off the subject. You saw the thumbnail. Benny Baker's Brandenburg. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Eye-opening. And there's a lot that we can take from it from a music history perspective. All right? Anyway, let me honk a little bit and we'll talk about Benny Baker's Brandenburg. Or Benny Baker's Brandenburg. E flats above double C and run you through a little barbed wire race. Anyway, Benny Baker. Legendary and mythical name around, certainly around New York in the orchestral field. He was the principal trumpet of the NBC Symphony with Toscanini before Harry Glantz. So this is going back a ways. There's no question about it. This recording that you'll hear down below is taken from 1938. Okay, he was also Doc Severinsen's and Jimmy Maxwell, to name a couple. They're teachers. Guys, he was the best. He was the Vacchiano, and I'll get to Vacchiano in a minute. He was the Vacchiano before Vacchiano. All right? Now, his Brandenburg. Now, we have to think a little historical perspective here. All those incredible, incredible trumpet parts that Bach wrote. Yes, the Clarino trumpet, trust me, I've done a lot, done papers on this and everything about the Bach. And yes, the equipment was different, and that's part of the reason. But there had to have been a school of trumpet players and pedagogy at that time in Germany that was just extraordinary. Just extraordinary. And a couple hundred years later, you'll hear the difference. Now, again, if the Clarino, it was so easy to play that anybody could knock this stuff off, then why don't we have it today? It's not the piccolo trumpet that we have today. It absolutely is not. It's a different thing. Okay, and if it was such a wonderful instrument that anybody could do it, that leads me to believe the school of German trumpet playing was superior. Unbelievably superior. Now, he didn't write Bach, didn't write all this incredible music for nobody to listen to because there was no trumpet players that could play it. There had to be more than one guy that could play it because he wanted this music to be played forever. It takes a terrific trumpet player, instruments and equipment notwithstanding, it takes a terrific trumpet player to play these parts. B minor Mass, Magnificat. I mean, forget the Brandenburg. I mean, this is brutal, brutal stuff. Okay, even with a pick and a 1 SB. But you're going to listen to Benny Baker. Remember, the best iconic trumpet player of his time. Listen to his Brandenburg. And guys, it's not very good. It's not very good. He leaves out a lot of parts. The flute player plays a lot of his parts. And a lot of his parts he takes down. It's not very good. Okay? Now, with that said, I can only think that he's probably doing it on some sort of a Neanderthal, D, or possibly an F trumpet. Okay? He did not have a 1SB and a Schilke pick. He just didn't. Now, if you go on the internet today, every knucklehead can play double C's and has a piccolo trumpet and can knock off these licks and everything. Guys, you listen to Benny Baker, Doc Severance's teacher, Jimmy Maxwell's teacher. Guys, he really, in effect, couldn't play it. Okay? Now that's very, very interesting because you have to think that even by our standards, these Neanderthal instruments that he was playing on were infinitely better than the ones that Bach's people were playing on. And I know about the, I get it. I get it. You know, and the holes that you press a hole. I get it. All right? But guys, again, the thing that astounds me is the level of trumpet playing, the school of trumpet back in Germany that had to be in place during Bach's time. All right? Now, you go to and listen to it. We'll check it out. And I want you to think, how many years later? I don't know. Vacchiano did a Brandenburg as well. Now, I know for a fact he did it on an F trumpet. And if you listen to it, again, by Maurice André's standards, by Scherbaum's standards, who had benefit of better instruments even, 25 years later, and mouthpieces and equipment, and they were soloists as opposed to orchestral guys, compared to them, once again, it wasn't great. Now, unlike Benny Baker, he got all the notes, Vacchiano. He got all the notes. They were strained, some of them, out of tune, a little awkward at some of them, even though they got them. Now, that's another thing. The technology they didn't have available to spruce things up, a little reverb, get it into tune, blah, blah, blah. Oh, please. The technology today can make a belch sound like a symphony orchestra. I'm not exaggerating one bit. I'm literally not exaggerating one bit. If you can make Taylor Swift sound good, or Madonna, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, they did not have that luxury, so that's something too. But it's very, very interesting, the progression or regression, no matter how you look at it, of the trumpet throughout the years. Now, as I said, nowadays, any Yahoo has double C's and can navigate some of these great trumpet parts. It's a different time. It's a different time. But anyway, very, very interesting, and I would like your comments. Very, very much like your comments down below. If you don't want to leave them below, email me and tell me your thoughts on such things. Nini, over in Belgium, the historian that you are, maybe might want to chime in on some of those instruments and stuff. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Benny Baker's Brandenburg. Love you all, guys. Have a great day.